Hey, everybody. So I wasn't planning. This slide actually doesn't have any content. It's just a picture of me throwing my friend Sandy, who seems very happy about it. So this is just where I'm going to talk for like 15 seconds until the slide advances. So later on, if you want to have an open spaces about this, it's great. If you want an open space about Jiu-Jitsu, we can do that too. I'm just saying. You can suggest anything you want to. World is your oyster. Okay, there we go. Hi, I'm Tim Banks, lead developer advocate with Dell Technologies. I come from a long background in systems engineering, SRE, DevOps, old school like engineer, FinOps, et cetera, et cetera. There you go. I'm also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, internationally ranked. I'm a brown belt, 5-time Pan American champion, 2-time American national champions. I got a lot of medals. I choke a lot of people out for fun. There we go. But also, I am mentally ill. I have ADHD with anxiety and RSD, CPTSD, and major depressive disorder that I've had for over 25 years, which is a long time for someone to live with that. So yeah, there's me looking moody. So how has it affected me? I've had strained relationships. It's done me harder to coping mechanisms, healthy, unhealthy. I've had some self-harm issues, and it has definitely driven me to burnout a lot quicker than I would have otherwise. So why does it matter? Burnout is a mental health problem, first and foremost. You got the normal life stresses and stuff like that, which contribute, but if you have any kind of neurospicy tendencies, it can also compound and spiral, make it a lot faster and worse. So Jiu-Jitsu for me gives me an outlet. It's one of my healthier coping mechanisms. It gives me a sense of community and camaraderie. It gives me a good perspective to start the day. When someone tries to kill you at 7 a.m., the rest of the day seems a lot easier. So what about you, right? So hobbies are self-care, right? But if we say, oh, well, coding is my hobby, find a different hobby that's not coding. Don't spend your entire life in front of a screen, okay? Be intentional about it, right? But also do what you can. So this is my team, most of my team at Dell. I don't know if y'all recognize Kat, but we're sitting here at a speakeasy in Chicago. They respect our boundaries. We literally just had a meeting about respecting each other's boundaries for people coming on board afterwards. A lot of understanding and empathy, and they gave me a safe space to talk. But what does this have to do with DevOps? DevOps is about teams, team dynamics, communications, and culture. It's not a job title. When you folks are running at reduced capacity, because their mental health is suffering, the team has reduced capacity. Right? So dysfunctional DevOps culture can increase the amount of stress, decrease job satisfaction, lead to long hours that prevent folks from having time to do basic mental health maintenance. You got things like crunch time and toil and stuff like that. Sometimes folks feel unheard and invisible. So what can we do as individual contributors? We can set boundaries to our availability and leave time for you to recover. Mental health requires management and maintenance just like anything else, and you need to be open with your team about your mental health conditions if you feel safe to do so. As product and project managers, we need to build in normal working hours and budget time off in your sprints, please. Be aware of the stress level of your product teams and push back against unrealistic timelines or demands. Engineering managers, you can set and respect boundaries for your team's availability. You can also push back against unrealistic timelines and demands, and we can also make a safe environment for your team members to talk about their mental health. Let's see here. Advocate for your team members and celebrate their non-work accomplishments and lead by example. I'm just going to let this one go by because that's all I'm going to say here, so you can just look at the picture. It was really cool. But, oh yeah, leaving a job is a privilege, so don't suggest that as an option for everybody. There we go. So as a community, what can we do? We are more than tech. First and foremost, we are people. We're going to hear more talks about how we are human, whole people. We have to understand that as a community, right? We need to push for more metrics and gathering and having studies about the effects of mental health on DevOps practices. We need to support our open source contributors. Give them money. It's also a job, even if it's a labor of love. And have some empathy and kindness for the folks that are maintaining the software that you use. So if you need help, there are professional resources that I suggest that you get. I'm not a professional. A lot of companies have employee assistance programs. There are public mental health resources and community of folks who are suffering like you are. Please reach out to them. In the end, we have to recognize that folks need help. We have to offer them help where we can. We need to recognize the signs, and we, again, need to advocate for mental health resources and being open and honest about mental health in our communities and in our jobs. And in the end, if you do not advocate for mental health, I will do this to you.